Hello everyone, this is Yulia. In this video we'll be talking about the effect of being bored. This is my first experiment on this channel. For 21 days, I went for a walk without my headphones on. I wanted to figure out if that will have any effect on my concentration, stress levels, and who knows what else. If you're curious to see how that turned out and whether you should do it too, watch this video till the end. First, I want to talk about why boredom can be good for you. So, some time ago, I read an article that was about the benefits of being bored. I would link this article in the description for this video. It states that the boredom can spark creativity and help with mental health if you just let your mind wander instead of scrolling through your feed or watching videos or listening to audiobooks or music or podcasts. I was curious to see how that can work for me, but I only needed to find the right moment to start. So, I'm a human, I procrastinated. So what happened? Since 2020, when the pandemic started, I got into habit of listening to podcasts while I was having my walks. Fast forward to 2021, in the end of June, on one sunny Sunday afternoon, I found myself in the middle of my walk, 25 minutes from home, with no mobile data left. That meant I couldn't listen to any podcasts, music, or audiobooks. I have nothing downloaded on my phone. And I thought I should take it as a sign. This is the moment when I start my experiment. So I did. I finished my walk without any audio in my ears, and I did the same thing for the next 21 days. First of all, let me remind you about my approach to experiments. Somewhere on the screen, probably here, I would link a video about experiments that I made some time ago. So in a nutshell, I distinguish experiments and challenges. The main difference from the challenge is that experiment is trying to figure out whether something works for you. So let's say if you want to wake up at 5 a.m., the challenge would be just dragging yourself out of bed at 5 a.m. every day with no specific reason. And in experiment, you will have a certain setup. So you will have a goal. You would ask yourself, why am I doing this? What's the end goal? What is it that I want to achieve? There is the success criteria. What should happen? How do I know I reached my goal? There is a timeline. You can also put some milestones in that timeline. And whether you need an exit date. An exit date is the amount of time that you give yourself to try, and then you can quit without feeling guilty about that. And the exit criteria. What should happen for you to decide that it's not working for you and it's okay to finish the experiment? Okay, so let me tell you how I set up this boredom experiment. The main idea was to let my mind be bored while I walk outside because I have no audio stimuli. I narrowed it down to only walking. So when I was at home, I could listen or watch whatever I wanted. But when I was outside or say waiting for a bus on the bus stop, I did not allow myself to listen to anything. I could still read or listen to something when I was on the bus or on a train. The goal was to find out whether my concentration improves, whether without any audio stimuli, my mental health being will get better, or if there were any other effects that I just couldn't think beforehand. My timeline was 21 days. I didn't have any exit date. I took it a little bit as a challenge. I really wanted to do it for 21 days to see the effect because I narrowed it down to only walking. I still allowed myself to do all of these things and scrolling through my feed and reading and listening to things when I was on the bus or on the train or when I was at home or in the office. I didn't have any specific failure criteria. I guess that would be seeing no effect after 21 days. Let's put it like that. Let's get to the most interesting part, the results. What happened? The first week was very strange. It felt very uncomfortable. I started noticing a lot of things around me. So what happened when I was listening to music or podcasts, I was focused on that content. And now it was different. I could see people around me. I noticed the buildings, the nature, the animals, all the sounds, and even smells. It was quite interesting to pay attention to that. At first, I had to calm my mind a little bit, but then I think a part of me was even enjoying that. I was also thinking and rethinking certain things. The main result out of this experiment is that I became very comfortable without audio stimuli. I don't have to spend every minute of my life listening to something useful. I can wash my face without any video or audio on. Another result is that I made one important decision, and maybe it has nothing to do with the experiment, but time-wise it really coincided. Who knows? I had a lot of time to think things through. In the end, it wasn't as boring as I thought it would be, but there is always a but. So I know that podcasts were a very big motivator for me to go outside and have longer walks. And I really noticed that my walks during these 3 weeks became significantly shorter. So I do think this is the biggest downside of this experiment. Did I become more creative? Hard to say. I must admit that I was pretty happy when these 21 days were over so I could get back to my podcasts. I do think that they motivate me to have longer walks. They make my longer walks more interesting because I walk the same routes. By the way, walks are definitely beneficial for your mental health. Recently, I listened to a podcast episode about that. I will put a link to that podcast episode from Savvy Psychologist in the description so you can listen to it while walking. So, shall you go for it? Well, who am I to tell you what to do? But if it sounds interesting, if you want to see how that works for you, sure, go ahead, there is no harm. Maybe it might help you to make some important decisions. At least that would be an interesting experience that will help you know yourself better. So that was it for today's video. Are you up for doing an experiment like this? Would you do anything differently? Please let me know in the comments below. And as usual, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like it, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me with growing this channel, and it would let other people see this video as well. Come back next week for more useful videos. Have a great day. Bye!